So, alright guys, see those lips on there? If you watch the channel, you know I used to work at a die-cast plant, and that shouldn't even pass the inspection. I'm telling you, they were supposed to deburr all of this. Look at that. They were supposed to deburr all of that, guys. You know, people wasn't doing their jobs back in the 70s. But I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna grind them all down, guys, and get that just deburred the way it was supposed to be. From the die-cast plant, they ain't got nothing to do with the factory. That's the die-cast, whoever was making these housings for the 400 tranny. Alright, so I'm gonna come in here now, start deburring this down. Alright, so I'll come in, I'll do both sides like that. The rest of this looks pretty good. And I wasn't trying to get it flush, guys. It's just, those are some, somewhat sharp edges. And I'm just trying to come in and, but all of that should have been deburred at the factory. Even this edge here, this, let me come in close here, guys, so you can just see. See those edges right there? See, that's just sharp, you're going to handle the transmission, that's just sharp edges, so I'm gonna come in with another close shot after I get this deburred up, so you see just the difference, guys. Alright, so it took me every bit to deburr this whole tranny less than 5 minutes. And like I say, guys, that's just the way that was supposed to be coming out of the die-cast plant. Somebody just wasn't on their job that day, and it's no problem with me spending 5 minutes trying to clean this tranny up when I used to have to work 8, 10 hours, 12 hours a day in the die-cast plant, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays when they was behind on parts. Even then, I always made sure that this is how my stuff was cleaned up, and my line. In fact, I used to run, a couple of lines. I used to run the big parts, I guess because of my size, and I would always have to go run a small machine too, just because I just did my job, and I was always, just, if I'm working, guys, that's just the way my dad was. It's just the way I was brought up. You just go in, do your job, and do it right, do it the best, that you can. So that's how the trannies, any parts I used to do, we didn't do trannies this big though, but that's how my parts would have been deburred, guys. Alright. Alright, guys, so after bleeding that, the ram on that engine hoist, this thing is jacking up good. But so what I'm doing now, guys, I just got that barely sitting on there where this engine won't move, because what I want to do, I want to paint this tranny for some reason, I'm gonna have to get in there and see what that's, but I think this tranny has been rebuilt because it looks really good, guys. Like, this ain't rusted. I mean, I believe this tranny has been gone through already. And I think all of that oil, it was a lot of oil on here. I'm thinking that either whoever had this car, now I do know that this engine, and I don't know about the tranny, came out of a junkyard and they was using it, the 70 Wildcat, as a yard vehicle up in Waukesha, Wisconsin. So that's where Buick Bob, I think, got this engine from. It was running when he got it. So I think he took and freshened it up. I put the valve covers on here, guys. But I think he might have freshened, or I don't even know if he even did nothing to the engine but clean it up. I'm not sure. I might ask him one day. But, so I think the oil was coming from somewhere other than the transmission, because there's really no reason for the transmission to have all that oil up here unless something on the engine was spraying that oil back there. I mean, I really don't understand why that transmission has so much oil on it. You've seen it before. Look at that. Just, you know, and the seal don't look like it was leaking. The seal is totally dry, the front seal, even though I'm gonna replace that. But yeah, so I got this engine sitting here. So I'll probably jack it up a little higher when I get done cleaning, but this is so I can clean all up under the bottom. And then I'm gonna paint up under the bottom first. Then I'll paint the top of this tranny, then I'll separate the engine. Oh, so this thing got shims in between it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I keep all that together, all those shims. I want to keep all that stuff together, guys. I'll put it in a bag. Alright, so all of that's off now. All I got to do is come in and clean up under the bottom of this tranny the same way I clean the top, guys. Alright, so guys, I sanded all of these edges up here. Almost, that's where the dipstick was. But now I'm just going to come in and I'm just roughing this surface up. I'm just trying to get some texture just to make sure that the paint is going to stick better. So I'm just as much as the tranny as I can get to. guys, I like to just take tissue over the napkins and stuff them in the areas, you know, where I got bolts and threads. So that's gonna stop. I wet the tissue a little bit so when it hardens, it'll harden in place. But now when I grind this, no grinding shavings to get in there, and then when I paint, no overspray will get in there on the threads. Alright guys, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick that up on there. Yeah, there it go. Look like it. 1477. So I'm wondering, is that when this transmission was rebuilt, 77? So that would have been about 7 years after the car, you know, was built. But I'm not sure if that's what that's for or not. But just seeing that on the, it was scratched into the blue paint on the drain pan there. So just found that interesting. All right. So actually, guys, now that I got this all, got a little bit more, you know, here and there, just a little scuffing, just trying to put some texture to that aluminum. But the paint will stick anyway, because I would still use like acid etch, you know, for that anyway. But I'm gonna finish cleaning up this oil pan, and guys, if you see what I figured, what I said I wanted to do, because I don't want to drain the transmission fluid out of here. This tranny was changing just fine. So until I get it back in the car and I can change the tranny fluid one day right away instead of it sitting for the next month or two before I can get it back in the car with no tranny fluid in it at all, I'm on paint everything. So I decided I'm gonna move that jack, that stand back right there, jack stand back where the mounts go, tranny mount go, and then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna paint this whole tranny. So you see I taped off around the engine because I don't want no overspray, too much overspray to get on the engine block, because I want to paint the engine block while it's on the jack stand. The engine, I'm not tearing it down, so I don't know why I'm saying block. But so anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright guys, so hey, that's that tranny all did up there, guys. Now I taped off that seal. That seal looks new. I mean, if that seal is leaking back there, I can easily drop the drive shaft and replace that later. So I did not. I'm gonna save that seal. I'm most definitely gonna change the front one. But yeah, that's that tranny. It come out pretty good. Then I got these little plugs that I got there, and I just put that in there, just you know, seal off, make sure no overspray. Man, I don't believe this thing say my car just deleted. Man, how much footage did I lose? Oh man, but that's that tranny all did up there, guys. I'm hoping when I get in the house that I didn't lose the whole process of what I was doing to some of this stuff. Alright guys, but anyway, man, that's that tranny all did up, guys. You like that, like, share, subscribe. Alright.